Hey, Laurie, how are you, mate?
Doing good. And yourself?
Very, very well, my friend. Very well. Nice to be talking to you.
Hmm. Great.
All right, let's get into this one. So, joining me tonight at the Rock Pit, I have Laurie from the Rasmus. Laurie and the Rasmus have dropped a new album called Weirdo and are touring Australia early next year. Welcome to the Rock Pit, Laurie, and welcome to Australia.
Thank you. Yes, finally.
Finally, it's
It's
been
our
a
first time. It's crazy. Yeah, we've existed for decades and never got ourselves there. It's such a shame, but better now than never.
absolutely. And I mean, the thing is, the breakthrough single, the song that introduced Australia and the world to the band in the Shadows. I mean, it's 22 years old now. I mean, that's it's legal. It's able to drink in America. And what a fantastic song that was, and what a fantastic record that came from. Um, what are your memories of that time and of the breakthrough, and had you anticipated any of that breakthrough?
Yeah, well, that was crazy. Obviously, everything happened so rapidly with that song. Um, Uh, I think we had like pretty high positions on the charts, even in Australia, and still we never got time to go there. It's like that crazy madness was just like, we were like more than 300 days a year touring and traveling, and it was really insane. But I think was good that we had already existed for quite a while before that song came out. In fact, it was on our fifth album, and a lot of people think it
Yeah,
was our first album, but we had already kind of been rehearsing and warming up in Finland for 10 years before that came.
yeah,
So it also felt like we deserved it in a way, like it just didn't appear from nowhere. It was really like, it was hard work, and like finally we reached a point where we defined our image to be that what it was like
yeah.
beginning of 2000, and then that was it, and it felt really good. I was really also like feeling like we deserved it, and I was really proud of it, and I'm still proud of that song. Honestly, I don't think it's ever boring to play it. No.
And when you say it's not boring to play, it's also not boring to listen to. It's one of the. It's got this really unique piece of ear candy in it. It's got a hook that really just does grab you. And
Mm.
I mean, I find myself at the strangest of times. I mean, I'll hum that melody. It's like, where did that come from? But it's that ingrained. It's that great a song, and it's absolutely amazing. Now, if we touch on the new album Weirdo, it's album number 11.
Yeah.
And it's probably quite a diverse piece of work for you guys, if I'm not mistaken. It has elements of everything. It goes from the harsh and heavy opening track, which I absolutely love, to the more gentle moments, like the title track itself. Um, when it comes to writing an album like this, I mean, how do you approach it? Is it emotional? Because the record actually seems very personal.
Yeah, well, I always write from a very personal perspective, and I always consider a good song moves me first and makes me cry first, and then it's good enough to go out to the world. And this time, writing this album, the title track "Weirdo" was the first one to sort of feel like a solid, good Rasmus song that was also telling something about my personality and my life story, basically. And so the album concept started to form around that song, and that's always nice feeling when you find a song that inspires you to write the second one and the third one and so on, and the ball starts rolling. Uh, and there is a message on Weirdo, like, like I've always felt myself like an outsider when I was a teenager, when we started the band. Um, always called the weirdo, and because of the way I look, I have makeup, I have hairstyles and crazy clothes and whatnot. Uh, but I never changed my ways and like myself for that, even though it was a struggle sometimes. But I'm kind of proud of that now, and thinking like it's a nice thing to bring that word back in a better light. Being a weirdo is cool, and it's a brave thing to do.
Mm. No, absolutely, and I think individuality is so crucial, and it's also really important as an artist, I think too, because it shows a true passion and a true commitment to the art, to spreading the message that being different is okay too. We all have our own little quirks, I'm sure, in this in the way that we go about day to day. But it's a really great record. I've given it four spins now, and it just gets better with every listen. And there's something
Thank
that,
you.
that becomes more and more detailed and clenching in it. Now, I've got to admit that when I talk about hooks before and I talk about In the Shadows, there are so many hooks on this record. There are so many little catch moments that I've found so far. When I go back and had a look at who contributed to the writing with it, you worked with some wonderful people on this record. Marty Fredrickson,
Yes.
who I'm a big fan of his work with Buck Cherry, and then obviously the king of the hook, the catch, Desmond Child.
Yeah.
The guy is a legend and has been ever since I was like 9 years old when I first heard "I Was Made for Loving You" by Kiss.
Yes.
How is it working with that caliber of guys? They're both very different in the way that they approach and they write.
Yeah. Well, obviously, it's an honor to be working. I've always considered like, what the hell happened? I'm just this guy from Finland, from up north, and like all of a sudden, I'm sitting here with these two legends in Greece writing songs for our next album. Like, what? It's really like amazing because like you, I grew up with Desmond's music, you know, songs he wrote for Kiss, then stuff I heard from Alice Cooper, Poison. That song was just like blew my mind when I was 10 years old.
Yeah,
And, like many, many songs from Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer, and all these anthems. Um, and it's been really interesting to work with um, these guys because they are fantastic writers, obviously, but they also have great stories. Like we spend a lot of time just talking like shit, and like they always like, oh, I remember when I was with Steven Tyler, we went to this, and like some personal stuff, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm here listening all these like gossip stories, and it's great because they also have a lot of knowledge because they've been into situations, they've seen a lot of stuff go wrong, and of course succeeded. So they were kind of coaching me in many ways, and like what to do in different situations. And Desmond Child has sort of become my mentor because I've known him since 2007 already, and I worked with him ever since. And sometimes when I'm tangled up in my life, I go to see him, and he always kind of talks sense to me and puts me back in the line. And that's very valuable because I'm lost most of the times.
yeah.
I'm lost, and I need some guidance, and someone from the outside can maybe see better and give me like at least advise what I should do with my band. So I'm very very grateful for everything for these guys.
And for you, when it comes to writing song, is it the content of the song, is it the melody, or is it the hook?
Which one is more
Yeah,
important, you mean?
which one is more sparking for you, I guess?
Well, I think melody is more for me. That's always been because obviously I've learned English, but I was even liking music when I was young. Like I didn't even speak the language. I would just uh, feeling the feeling of the song, and also the melody are always been very important to me. I've I've just always been a melody guy, but I've learned writing more specifically being on the point, like because I've been writing songs for now 30 years, and I'm still feeling like I have so much um, to learn, but I'm getting better, and it um, makes, gives me a good feeling because I'm always like starting a new song. It's almost like a puzzle. Like I have all the pieces there, but I just don't know how to put them together because it's pretty much the same words we're using, but in different order.
Different way. Yeah, absolutely.
And when
Absolutely.
you want to say something, you really have to like, you have to know how to do it because it's just like so many songs they say nothing, like you just listen to stuff, and I think lyrics are very important too, but still I'm a melody guy, gotta say.
Yeah, fantastic. Now, you sort of touched on it in the way that you answered that last question, but it's been last year was 30 years as a band, the Rasmus. Um, I mean, what's the biggest challenge that you've faced, I guess, in that 30-year career from when you first started to where you are now? What's changed and what's been the biggest challenge for you personally?
um, well, I think the biggest challenges have been um, within the band, like cracks in the friendship or something like that, because I always think it's very important to feel good about being part of this group. And we've had two members change in the lineup, and most recent is like the guitarist left the band for 3 4 years ago, and Empu joined us as a new guitarist, and she's been really spot on. Like her skills, obviously as a musician, but her persona and how she fits in the band and how much good vibes she's bringing and how much like positive energy. It was really needed, and I think she kind of um, brought back the joy of playing and that spark that we used to have. Maybe like 25 years ago, we kind of lost that
Yeah,
for a moment, and now it feels good. It's very important to have the perfect chemistry in the band to create something good, to play good live shows and all that. And then you said like what the difficult. That was kind of the difficult part. What was the question again?
oh, it was just, I mean, what's the most challenging thing between then and now? I mean, obviously, the industry has changed so much too.
Yeah.
Your big label record deals are out the window, and there's probably not as much touring or promotive funding there from a label's perspective. How does that go when you want to travel the world and you want to tour and celebrate a record live?
Uh, yeah. Well, that those are kind of two different worlds. Like, I mean, they go together, but anyway, like the record company never really takes part of the live. Like that's we're on our own there. Uh, and we just recently played a tour in America last spring, which we haven't done in a long time, and in 16 years. So we kind of had to start all over again, working that territory as well. So it was really like very low key. Like we were supporting this American band, so we had no backstage, we had no water, we
Oh,
had no shower. Like we're
oh
like,
wow.
oh yeah, this is back to the roots. Like just like it was like 30 years ago, and it felt great because I love to be in that kind of underdog position, like where I'm gonna fucking show the world, like we will kick your ass. Like it's just a great situation, at least for a short time. I was really enjoying it, and it gives me that hunger and that feeling of conquering something that is very good because it always drives you forward a lot. And I could feel the same vibes as I did a long time ago. And I'm always kind of hunting for those exciting feelings that might come from somewhere, like when you are something is about to happen, you have that feeling and you have butterflies in your stomach, and I feel that this moment is a new beginning for our band, and now that we have signed a record deal recently with American label, uh, Better Noise Music, who are great in rock, and they have really good visions and plans for the future for us. And with their support, we're now actually coming over to Australia for the first time, and it makes sense because they also have an office there, and
Yeah, great,
it's
great
it's
people.
crazy. Like after 30 years, now finally, like, okay, let's let's get started. That's how I feel.
Absolutely, and I mean the touring schedule behind the new album Weirdo. How rigorous has that been so far, and what's left for the rest of this year?
We'll be touring this year in Europe, mostly, and then a little bit of Mexico just before Christmas, and then January we'll start with Australia, and the plan is to do a lot of um, America, North America, South America next year. Um, Maybe another European tour. We don't know yet. We have plenty of plans, and of course, the festival season start already in May in America, at least. How about there festivals?
Festival,
In
we're coming into sort of festival season now. November, December through to sort of February is our festival season. Uh,
Right.
yeah, the first one that kicks off really is Good Things Festival, which is a mix of things. I mean, festivals here probably aren't quite to the scale of an American or a European festival, purely because of the logistics of bringing and the cost of bringing bands to the country. But we've got Tool and Garbage and All Time Low. It's a really great mix of artists for that.
Oh,
We've been told that we miss out on Knotfest is taking a year off next year from Australia, which is a bit of a shame. But we have a lot of local festivals that probably deal with the more established artists, and they seem to run shows every couple of months.
yeah.
Rotating basis. So, yeah, festival season's always great. And it's great to see so many bands in such a short space as well. But talking about live shows, you're playing some great venues. The Triffid in Brisbane on January the 30th, Manning Bar in Sydney on January 31, and Max Watts Melbourne, my hometown, on February the 1st. They're great sized rooms, and I think it's a great connective space there between the artists and the crowd. What's the one thing that we can expect from the Rasmus tour? I mean, we've never seen you in our country, so it's all very exciting.
Yes. Well, obviously we want to play all the songs from from to beginning of 2000, like In the Shadows, and these songs that uh, are the biggest songs of our career, but also have a great focus on the new album, because that new harder and heavier sound seems to be really um, going well among the fans. They have been really liking the new stuff. So we kind of want to present Erasmus as we are in 2025, as like a newborn thing. And we'll also have a lot of visual imagery from along the way that we've existed. And I think a lot of the people remember images from our video, from In the Shadows and those days, and we will bring those on the video screens, and it's almost like a time travel thing to go back to those moods, and it's nice to play with the visual imagery and kind of deepen the vibe of the song.
Yeah. Well, as soon as the tour was announced, I was super excited. I went, "Oh my god, they're finally coming!" I'll be at the Melbourne show regardless. So looking forward to seeing you guys, and really am enjoying the Weirdo album, and that will become heavier in my rotation too, I'm sure. As I said, the last couple of listens, the album's just really opened up for me, and I'm really loving it. But most importantly, we are almost out of time, Laurie. We've only really just very, very much scratched the surface as to your career and the band's career. If an opportunity comes up, I'd love to chat with you again and dive deeper into your career and who you
Yeah.
as an artist as well. But until then, have a great, safe holiday season, and we will see you in Australia in January and February. And honestly, I can't wait. Thank you so much for your time today, Lauri, and we'll talk to you again soon, hopefully.
Thank you so much. It was nice chatting with you. Have a good day.
Lovely.